The godfather of the West Coast, now you know. With Dusty Vision on the side, we ride. Taking you back to where legends came alive. From ruthless roots to the studio scene. Classic tales that the world's never seen. Every Tuesday night we spark the heat. From 6 to 7, history on repeat. So sit back, tap in, and enjoy the vibe. If you love hip-hop, like and subscribe.
Yo, Dusty, can you hear me, Doc?
Yes, sir. What up, Lance?
Hold on there. My bad. I changed something right quick. Go ahead. There you go.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. Yeah. What's up, man?
What's happening with you, man? Did you hear the intro?
Nope, I didn't hear it. It's all good though. It's all good as long as the audience heard it. And they did hear it last week because I played it back and it was so we're good. It's all good as long as they hear it. How you doing, my man?
Oh man, I am good, dude. Just doing what I do. It's been an interesting week. I spent Thanksgiving sick as a dog. All that cold weather and hitting the streets running took its toll on the old brother on Thanksgiving. But I'm back on the track again.
Yeah, I think you gave me whatever I have now because that kicked my ass. I've been down for about 2 days, man. I'm sipping my tea right here, trying to get better. Man. But we gonna power through this, man. I'm gonna make it happen.
All right, let's make it happen.
Yeah. Well, shout out to the chat fam. I see them trickling in right now. Shout out to you guys. Please hit that like button before you get comfortable. Hit that like button so the algorithm can know we exist and it spreads the word out there. Tonight, I want to talk about something unfortunate, Lonzo, and we're going to dissect it because it's bigger than what a lot of people know about. I'm sure you've heard about the unfortunate situation in Stockton, California.
Yeah.
So we're going to break that down piece by piece. Anyone who doesn't know has been under a rock. A horrible situation happened in Stockton that many say is in direct relation to a war in the streets that has been going on for quite some time. Stockton is a rough area. Unfortunately, this situation proved it. 14 people were hit and 4 lives were lost, including that of 3 children. When someone decided to do the unthinkable and spray up a party. I'm going to play the news conference. It's about 45 seconds long, so we're going to take this thing piece by piece.
All right, so I'm Public Information Officer with the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office. My name is Heather Brent. Limited information that I can provide at this time. I'm going to refer to my notes, though. Shortly before 6 o'clock p.m. tonight, our dispatch received reports of possible gunshots near the 1900 block of Lucille Avenue.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Is that there was a banquet hall where a family was celebrating. We have 14 victims.
Take that. All right. She basically just says what I repeat. I'm sorry. I was using that for my clip when I interviewed my friend in prison because I wanted his thoughts on that. But before we unwrap this whole thing, Lonzo, because there's a lot of pieces to this, unfortunately, what were your general thoughts when you first heard this story?
I thought that was some sick and demonic shit, man. How do you shoot up a banquet hall full of people having a birthday party? You know, dude, this on-site gangster kill at will at any time, that is the most disgusting stack of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. I mean, and I'm willing to bet you when you get down to the nuts and bolts of the whole situation, it was about some bullshit, man. It was about some bullshit. Stockton has been rough for a while. One of my partners, I think I told you about this before, he went to jail for at the Colors movie. It was in Stockton. He was in Stockton. He had family in Stockton. He was doing his business up in Stockton. Things got crazy. One day he didn't come back for 32 years. So, yeah, Stockton's had this problem for quite some time.
So, allegedly, 2 rappers who attended the party for the 6-year-old were the intended targets. These rappers say some very disrespectful stuff in their music towards their ops. Now, it's safe to say that the assumptions have some validity to them because now people are coming online and they're just bragging and condoning this from the opposite side, from the people who allegedly did this. And I did this in quotes. But hold on one second. Yeah, literally. Yeah, so I don't know if you heard the tapes or you saw any of the video footage, but it literally sounded like a war zone. I mean, just hundreds of shots. There was nearby cameras that caught some of the stuff. But unfortunately, some people are coming out, Lonzo, and they are celebrating this.
What are they celebrating? The ignorance?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to play this clip for you, Lonzo, that is floating around. This is just one of many from the side who doesn't get along with the side whose party got sprayed up.
Bro, and they're talking about they don't condone shit like that. You sound like a bitch. We condone all that shit. We condone it, but we didn't do it. So, nigga, oh, God, don't put that on us. Oh, bro, we condone this shit, though, because we that with their kids. I'm done giving all you passes. That's the old me. They blowing. We catching with his family or the smoking.
All right. When you hear something like that, Lonzo, what are your general thoughts, man?
That's an ignorant motherfucker right there. He got the education of a rock. He had to take lessons to be that ignorant. For you to think that is something you can condone, but you didn't do it, come on, man. And just his vocabulary and his whole style of talking lets you know he don't know nothing about enunciation, a conversation. That gang thing, whatever he's on, is his whole world, man. People, you hate to judge people, but people make it kind of easy, man. He ain't that bright. He ain't that bright. And for him to even think that right there is something cool to be able to support that any way, form, or fashion is the stupidest thing I heard in a long time.
Yeah. Now, one of the rappers, about a month ago, put us out a song, and in the lyric, Lonzo, he said, "We don't care if there are kids around." This was about a month ago that he released the song, basically alluding to the fact that he doesn't care if kids are outside, they will bust on their ops no matter what. He released the song, like I said, about a month ago. Allegedly, the rapper who released that song was one of the victims, and one of his young family members is allegedly one of the deceased. He survived, but apparently he shot. And like I said, one of his family members is allegedly one of the deceased. Talk about music, the spell. I mean, just a month ago, he's releasing a song talking about, we'll shoot up your kids. And now a month later, someone close to him got popped.
Some things you can't play with, man. And that's the part that these cats don't understand is certain things you can't speak on. You're speaking into existence just because you are out here trying to perpetrate this bullshit. When you open up a can of worms, and in some cases, nobody may have not thought about that, but you gave somebody an idea. Hey, I'm gonna do that. That's a good idea. And you hear about it, and if you said I would do it to you, well, damn it, I'm gonna beat you to the punch. That's basically what happened. You say, "Oh, that's how you living? Let me show you how I'm living." Okay, I can be just as ignorant as you can, and that's what you're dealing with. But my thing is, man, social media, the platforms, wherever that song came out on, they heard that song before it came out. For them to let that song go out, I blame social media for that. Yeah, you can do a lot of things on the side, but when you allow that song to be streamed someplace, if that was somebody talking about killing some folks from various religions, that song would never got out, man. It got flagged. But you can do that as long as you're talking about other black folks. If you're talking about killing a group of another color, it'll get flagged. But because you're talking about killing black folks, nobody said nothing.
That's crazy. Is it? And now I want to do a little look in the mirror type of thing. Now, is it our fault for that, or is it just too out of control for black folks to be able to handle this thing?
All the above, Dusty. We didn't shut it down. We didn't shut it down when it started happening. See, most groups ain't gonna let it get started. But we always make the excuse, "Oh, they making money. Y'all hating on it because they making money." No, they killing kids, man. And see, some people don't care about the fallout as long as they're making $1 or $2. And the people that's making $1, they're not the ones that's suffering from all this carnage. This is people that are from the community. People, this kid's mama, this kid's family are the ones suffering. People making the money, they don't feel this shit, man. They can give a damn. All they know is they got one guy, 2 people, or 14 people shot, 3 dead, 4 dead.
Four total dead, 3 kids.
4 dead, 3 kids. That's going to ignite some more shit. And it's going to keep on going. Eventually somebody's going to start telling, and you're going to have a bunch of bodies locked up in the penitentiary for the rest of their life. And the cycle continues. What they say, wash, rinse, repeat? Yeah, wash, rinse, repeat.
It's like they haven't seen this whole story 50 years for the past 50 years. It's like these these gangsters think that they're going to make it out alive, make it out with not spending years behind bars. It doesn't happen. If you are a true, real gangster, it doesn't happen. And these guys will get caught.
Everything that was once a issue has now become a badge of honor. People think going to prison is a badge of honor. A lot of guys think that, you know, prison is cool. I got the homies up there. I get my commissary. I ain't got to pay no bills. You know, I get to have sex from time to time. I'm good. Hey, man, be surprised what some people have a small expectation of life. A very small expectation of life.
Yep. Here's the mother of the person here's the mother who threw the party for the 2-year-old that led to this situation. And she is, after being outed and being on various news conferences, a lot of people are putting the blame on her. But let's listen to her thoughts on what happened, and then we'll break it down a little bit further.
All I can say is that I'm sorry. If I could do anything to prevent this, I would. I threw a birthday party for my little daughter. She actually turned 2, and I just wanted all my family to come together. Everybody's getting ready to gather around and just start cutting the cake, and all we heard was gunshots. And everybody just fell to the ground. It was just unexpected. I actually thought it was my balloons popping. It was gunshots. And I'm just so shocked and lost, and I'm lost for words. I'm speechless, and I just want to say I'm sorry to all the mothers out there that lost their kids at my birthday party. My sister actually got shot. My cousin got shot. My son's friend got shot. My 3 of my friends got shot. I work with the youth.
So we'll stop it right there. A lot of people are giving her slack. Yeah, so I'm going to describe her, and this isn't victim shaming. We're not going to victim shame, but we are going to look at, certain facts and things like that. But she has a bunch of gang affiliated tattoos literally on her neck. I'm looking at it. Choke Biddy instead of City, CITI. They changed the C to a B. So she has that. And apparently 3 of her baby fathers are part of this gang that the other side is warring with. So several of them were at this party, and of course these 2 rappers as well. Of course, not to victim shame, but just look at the facts. And Lonzo, when you hear that, what do you think about the mother in this whole situation?
First of all, I'm finna sound like a real asshole right now. But a 2-year-old birthday party don't need to be at a doggone banquet hall. You do that at the house. All right? You're not doing it for the 2-year-old, you're doing it for yourself. They're not even remember it. They will get some pictures, but in most cases, when you start giving birthday parties for 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds and maybe even 3-year-olds, they're not really for the kid. They for the parents to have a chance to get together, get drunk, act a fool, blah blah blah, and that is especially when you have all those affiliations. That was going to be that was a potential problem because you put all these people together. This guy is out here doing what he did, and he's made these songs, and he got a target on his back. But then you still like, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want to do because it's my baby's birthday, and you see what happened. 14 people shot, 4 dead. Come on, man. But again, nobody thinks it's going to happen to you till it happens to you. Nobody thinks it's going to happen to you until it happens to you.
We both know what's going to happen, Lonzo. Both of the rappers involved in this, I guarantee within the next few days, their music is going to go up 500%. It's probably going to be the most exposure that they've gotten over an unfortunate situation because this thing is global. I mean, this is a big story. The FBI are apparently getting involved now.
Oh, Cash Patel? Yeah, right. Okay. They ain't gonna catch nobody. I don't know his leadership. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. Yeah, man. But again, you got lyrics that are very disrespectful. Those lyrics came from a situation that caused this situation. Something happened. It was a pre-trigger before the trigger. Follow me? It's a pre-trigger before the trigger. Somebody did something to make him feel that way. He can, oh man, I don't give a damn. It's on site, baby party, whatever the case may be. But nonetheless, you ended up being a victim of your own lyrics. That got to really sting. Your family is the victim of your lyrics. Nah, man. Tell me how this supposed to work. How this supposed to be smart? How's this supposed to be gangster? You got to play in four funerals, 3 of them babies. 4 funerals, 3 of them babies. Not to mention the people that people say people get shot. Just because they get shot and don't die, don't mean they're gonna be normal again. There's no guarantee they're gonna be normal again. Bullets may go in and come back out again, but some of them may end up in somebody's spine, somebody's eye, whatever the case may be. You're gonna look at these people, and some of these people are gonna have distinctive memories of this shooting, and sound like they're gonna be your family members, Doc.
Therapy, I mean, years of PTSD, I mean, everything, man. Like, this thing is going to affect generations to come. This one incident.
You put a whole target on your whole family's back, on your whole family's back. A whole target. Why? I wonder how many streams the actual song got before this happened. Was it really worth it? Is disrespect the new currency for selling records? Used to be a time, dissing has always been, unfortunately in hip hop, dissing has always been a way of making your name in the hip hop community. And now I'm just wondering if I guess maybe it is pissing on people's graves, spitting on people's graves, turning over caskets in the funeral home, just acting a fool at the funeral. I mean, come on, man. This is a whole new level, whole new low of disrespect.
At first I was sad, and I'm still sad. It's a sad situation, but that sadness turned to me being mad and upset about this situation. And I have a question for you, Lonzo. There are more of us than there are of them, meaning gangbangers are a small percentage of our population, definitely less than 1%. There's 50 to 60 million Black folks in America. Why do we allow them to take over the streets, take over parks, take over communities? Why are we not taking control and ostracizing these people from our community? There's more of us than there are of them. Why are we allowing this, man?
A lot of them are our family, first of all. And we're in council culture. Anytime you try to chastise, recommend, suggest anything that's good for anybody, you stand to be counseled by your own people, especially if some of these people may be the breadwinners of their families. I'm during the crack era, it was hard for somebody to tell a young man who's selling crack not to pay the mama's rent, not to buy groceries, or whatever the case may be with the money. Okay, so you kind of turn a blind eye until your baby is the blind one, or he's the one laying on the curb with his brain spread out like a cheese sandwich. It's all kind of reasons why this shit happens, man. People. You have a lot of cross collaboration with relationships. Oh, that's my so and so's cousin. He'll be all right. You seen The Wire. Them mamas exist for real. Them mamas exist. Boy, you better go out and get your corner. Don't anybody take your corner from you. We need to have things. I mean, just your own husband in the penitentiary for life, ain't never getting out again. And you sending your son out there to do the same thing with a big ass bun on the back of his head. Remember that Damon from The Wire? Big ass bun on the back of his head, and you got him out here selling dope like he can't be found. So you got mamas like that in real life, man. You got families like that, dude. It's a small percentage, but that's the percentage everybody focuses on. They don't focus on the family that owns a trucking company, or a family that owns a warehouse, a family that owns a limousine service, a family that owns a restaurant or grocery store. Ain't no pizzazz in that. Ain't no pizzazz in that. It's only pizzazz on somebody going to the penitentiary. Hey, it is what it is, Doc.
Yeah. There was a time in the 80s that I remember personally, and that's just me as a kid, but I remember when we went to the park and it was full of people celebrating birthdays, baby showers, whatever the case is, work functions. Parks that were once deemed safe for me to play at as a kid were no longer safe anymore because some gang came in and started hanging out. They put Crip or Blood on the end of their park name, and now they're such and such Park Bloods. You know, when do you remember parks going from a good place to celebrate being to a place where it was no longer safe for kids to play because some gang took over?
Probably, I know Athens Park Boys have been around since I was a kid, but they were a gang, but they weren't a terrorizing gang. I mean, the level of gang activity had magnified to what it became in the late 80s. I'm talking about late 60s, early 70s. Athens Park Boys existed, but they were just local bullies. They didn't run the park. They just was at the park. You follow me? They didn't, you could go to the park and still go swimming and not encounter them. That was kind of their park. 80s, when a lot of people started selling drugs and the drugs became very territorial, especially like in Compton. Compton has a lot of parks in it. Has a lot of parks. I'm not sure how many it has for sure, but they have them all in the community. So you can actually go to the park and hang out and not get caught up for lottery. You follow me? You could go to the park and hang out and not get caught up for lottery. It would not be unnatural for a group of guys to be at the park because people play baseball, basketball. So if you're around there and people are in the park, especially when park is open, it's really say, hey man, y'all can't come to the park. But after a while, so many people start coming to the park. You don't want to tell them not to come to the park. You outnumbered. So now they got the numbers, so they can take second claim on the park. Now when something happens, they run them out like roaches when the lights come on. But normally, even right now, go to Gonzalez Park right now. It's gonna be a gang of cats up there that just hang out. They old as you. They go to the park. And they still claim the park as being theirs.
Yep.
Hey, that's real talk.
We've discussed this before, but now is the perfect time as ever to bring it up. Has gangbanging ever benefited anyone?
No, not really. Only the so-called gangsters that need protection. A lot of guys feel they need protection from other. And that's how a lot of gangs started, protecting each other from got together from the white gangs, and then in the 70s, when the Crips and the Bloods started focusing on each other and not the police or not protecting their neighborhoods, it went downhill from there. And then by the time the 80s hit around with the drugs, it was just a conglomeration of brothers from the neighborhood who stuck together. But in most cases, yeah, it was love. But if the police show up, nigga, I ain't taking your drugs. I ain't taking your case. And so it looked good, it sounded good, it felt good for the most of the time. It even felt good till some real shit happened. And then you had guys who were ride or dies that would ride or die for the hood. But when it came to then after a while, the qualifications of being the gangsters diminished so much, you didn't know what you was getting until it was too late. It was like a box of chocolates. You might have did this fool here, and all of a sudden you find out he is snitched to the third degree. But he been rocking with you for the past 4-5 years, talking that hoorah shit until it's too late. He the one crying eating a cheeseburger.
You know when you see a dude eating a sandwich and a Dr. Pepper, that motherfucker told.
Yeah, he done told. Now he was telling in. Yeah, well, all you gotta do is give me something to eat. I'll talk to all y'all. I need a Big Mac. Okay.
Extra cheese, please.
Yeah, you can't eat the Big Mac and some McDonald's in jail. He ain't handcuffed no more. And he done told.
Yep. Get comfortable, buddy. Get comfortable. We discussed, Lonzo, one group that did benefit from gangbanging back in the day, the Korean cats who owned the swap meets.
Yeah.
Break that down.
The swap meets was the major benefactor of gang activity about the hood, period. Whether it be LA, Compton, whatever. Because they had all the gangbanging paraphernalia, all the regalia, whatever it may be, tennis shoes, the house shoes, the jeans with the patch on them, the shirts, they did all the embroidery. Somebody died, they would do all those t-shirts, the white t-shirts, the heavy tees that gangbangers love so much, whether you black, white, or black and Latino, don't make no difference. And they just came in and they set up shop. So you sell dope and you get shot at all night long. First thing in the morning, when you make your money, you go to the swap meet and you spend your money at the doggone shop, getting your rims put on, buy you some jewelry, buy you some clothes, and all the money that was made on the streets got cleaned up and shipped off to Koreatown.
Yep, and get your blue house slippers with the blue rag on it. You can get your custom made backpack with the red rag on it. It was crazy, man.
Yeah. And it just made it for a whole other economy at the expense of black folks. And you could not get a location in the swap meet. I knew one guy that had a spot in the swap meet at the Compton swap meet. He had it in the basement. And the only reason why he had that, he was a talent airbrush artist. And airbrush takes talent. Okay.
I went to him plenty of times.
Okay. Airbrush takes talent. So with that talent, you can't duplicate that talent. That's why you don't see barbers from Korea. You don't see Korean cutting black folks' hair. They do get. I know I'm finna sound racist as shit, but it's not racism. It's observance, and this is the part that people just don't want to accept. It's not.
Yeah, you're not hating at all. This is nothing to do with hating. And the fact that we even have to explain that is crazy,
but
right?
Some people will try to make it. No, that's racist. No. Certain people do certain things. Okay, and that's how the hood is set up. In the hood, it's set up a certain way. When you go to a nail shop, it's going to be mostly Vietnamese. Okay, bottom line. When you go to a barber shop or a beauty shop, it's going to be mostly black folks doing hair. Now, there's a lot of Latino barber shops, but they cut Latino hair. Okay, simple as that. They may have a few black customers, and black folks do cut Latino hair, but it is what it is. I'm not here to justify it. I'm just here to point a little spotlight on it for the time being, because it is what it is. Most of the time at nighttime, when you see somebody selling food on the street, it's usually Latino people. Blacks do it, but Latinos do it more. What you want me to do? I'm not being racist. I'm just being observant.
It's 100% facts. Easy. Anybody that disputes that, you're just living on another planet. It's facts. You know what? We're halfway through, so let me remind everybody to hit that like button. If you have not already, please hit that like button before you get too comfortable. Hope you're enjoying the conversation. I know I am. Please tell a friend about N.W.A. Stories with Lonzo. And if this is your first time joining the channel and you like what you hear, hit that subscribe button. The holidays are here. If you're feeling a little generous and you want to throw the channel a few bucks, there's a little $sign right below the chat. Hit that $sign. Shoot us a few bucks. We always appreciate all of you. And right after this show, please join me at 7 p.m. on my channel. I'm going to put the link in the description. Tonight, we're going to be discussing the dark truth about the movie Boys in the Hood. There's so many things about that movie that a lot of people may or may not know. The guy who shot Ricky ended up joining the Bloods. Dookie was part of, he got killed himself. There's so much stuff that we didn't know. So we're going to discuss that and break that down. So join me on my channel at 7 p.m. right after this show. I'll put the link in the description. The chat is looking real good, man. If you guys have any questions or comments, please put them there and I'll copy and paste. Anything before we move on, Lonzo?
I want to push this button. I'm going to see if something works for me. Y'all let me know if y'all hear this commercial or not.
Upload your music and merch to BandBuzz for free so you can get paid.
That's something I'm working with right now. BandBuzz is an app that I'm working with. Folks, if you're an independent artist and you want to sell your product to your fans and get paid immediately, download BandBuzz. When you download BandBuzz and you register with BandBuzz, it's free, first of all. You get your own QR code. Take that QR code, you put on your T-shirts, business cards, whatever the case may be. If somebody wants to purchase your product, have them scan your QR code. It'll go straight to your site. They buy one of your tracks, money goes straight to your account instantly, just like Cash App. BandBuzz. If you're an artist trying to get paid, you got to have BandBuzz available on iPhone and Google. All right, there you go, folks.
BandBuzz. There it is. There it is. All right, Lonzo, let's continue this conversation. I like the history behind Compton, especially the Compton swap meet. We talked about how it used to be a Sears. You would go there to get your school clothing and things like that. What was the general consensus of the city when the Sears was shut down and the swap meet was built?
You know, Compton swap meet was like one of the first ones, man, that came into town. It was, the Sears had been shut down so long. It was such a big building. They didn't want to tear it down because it was a huge moneymaker for somebody. They didn't know what to do with it. And when they came up with the concept for the indoor swap meet, I can't recall, I wasn't into politics at that time. I don't know how well received it was, but I know it was received very well by the citizens of Compton. I don't know about the city leaders. But they had to approve it for it to jump off. And it was, did you ever go to the Compton swap meet?
Me? Thousands of times.
Okay.
Not even exaggerating.
The Compton swap meet was flourishing, okay? The Compton swap meet.
And Christmas, always packed. You had to park way on the side. People trying to sell you CDs in the parking lot.
Yeah, the Compton swap meet was a major enterprise. 2 floors. Upstairs, up and down, in 2 huge. It's a Walmart now, okay? That's how it shows you how big it is. It's a Walmart now. And back then, Walmart right now, I think it's only 1 floor. But swap meet was 2 floors. They had a basement downstairs. You go downstairs, and there was other people doing hair, nails, and other stuff downstairs. And my airbrush guy was downstairs also. So when the Compton swap meet opened up, it brought a lot of commerce to the city of Compton, but it didn't really benefit the people of Compton that well, other than buying merchandise, because the money left immediately. When you talk about money leaving the hood in 3 hours, that's what it was. Perfect example. Because when you got your check, you busted your check at Nick's, paid your bills, you went to Nick's, busted your check, bought your money orders from Nick's, bought your stamps from Nick's. Nick's was charging 50 cents a stamp back then. Nick's was 50 cents a stamp back then. You paid your bills at the swap meet. You had to, because for a while, everybody, before apps and everything came around, everything was done remotely. Phone companies stopped letting you pay their bills. Phone companies shut their lobbies down. They cut side deals with different people like Nick's and check cashing places. So you could go to a check cashing place to pay your water bill, your light bill, DWP bill. Now, don't let them turn it off because you won't come back on the same day, okay? As long as your shit was on, you can stay on, but you won't. If it's turned off, you got a problem. You got problems. But it was a community joint, man. I mean, you could knock girls at the swap meet. The swap meet was the hood mall, man. But the only problem, again, because like I said before, Crips need draws, Blood needs draws, SAs need draws, Samoans need draws. And at any given moment in time, the wrong person walked down the wrong aisle to get a pair of draws, and it's on and popping. That was the problem with the swap meet. That's why swap meet had off-duty Compton PD walking the aisles regularly. Reggie White and my cousin was two of those guys. Yes, and that's why the swap meet had such a. It was rough. It could be rough. It could get rough. All the money you saved, you still had to watch your ass at all times.
Always got to be on your P's and Q's. Right down the street from Looters Park and the Mob, and then there's an apartment complex that always had the red team hanging out in front of it. You always had to be on your P's and Q's there. The music shop was my favorite, Mr. Kim, I do believe. Mr. Kim. I don't know what I just said.
That was Mr. Park.
Okay. Is it Mr. Park? Okay.
Wait, hold on. Mr. Park. Yeah, Mr. Park.
Okay, Park. Mr. Park. Mr. Kim, I think, was another guy at the Garfields, the Imperial Swap meet I used to go to.
Yeah.
But yeah, the music shops were the shit. I mean, he would let me get the CD if it came out on Tuesday, and I got there the Monday before they were about to close. I would get it at like 6:45 p.m. the day before. So I had the CD like 12 hours before anybody did. That was my thing, going to get that. There was a fire taco shop in there that I always ate at. And my son loved the toy stores that sold the fake Power Rangers that broke after you played with them for 15 minutes. But what was your favorite store? What were some of your favorite stores? Yeah.
Mr. Park was my favorite because me and Mr. Park spent a lot of money with me, dude. He spent a lot of money with me. I would go up there, man. I had to carry a dolly in my van, but I go see Mr. Park. When I credit the Compton swap meet with me writing "Turn Off the Lights" because I was at Mr. Park's store, dropped off some records, and all of a sudden I had this idea for this song. I tell this story all the time. I had this idea for a song, and it just kept coming. It just kept coming. I stopped what I was doing, pull out one of those white liners, and start writing the words to "Turn Off the Lights" in the parking lot of the Compton swap meet. Came back and gave it to Drake. We had a hit record.
What was your inspiration behind that song? Because it's like there's an R&B song, I can't think of it off the top of my head, where they don't sing, they actually talk. Hi, my name is Ralph, and I'm a Capricorn.
That was Float On by the Floaters.
Float On, exactly. There we go. Float On. Was that your inspiration?
Totally. Two songs inspired me to do "Turn Off the Lights" and actually do "Lovers," and that was "Float On" and LL Cool J, "I Need Love." When LL Cool J dropped "I Need Love," we was coming back from Oakland. We had just dropped all we had was Surgery and Juice. We hadn't done an album yet. All we had was Surgery and Juice. We had done a couple of shows up in Oakland, and we were coming back home, and I was driving, and I think Clientele was in the front seat when we was talking. I said, man, we need to do a slow song. How are we going to do a slow song? And, and it's four of us. I said, nah, I already knew. I said, we do it like the Floaters. And that's what we did. We get a girl. We're a rap group. So fucking what? And it's amazing sometimes people get so indoctrinated with rules. They don't realize sometimes rules got to be bent, broke, or kicked to the curb. Ain't nobody ever did that before. So I mean, nobody can't do it just because ain't nobody done it before. Who ever done a rap record like that before? Nobody. So that's why it was a hit for us. Nobody ever heard that before. Oh shit. And that's why it worked. That's why it worked twice. Nobody did it again. Nobody has done it since then. Think about it.
Fact.
You'll never have four rappers come on a song and perform with a female rapper, period. But shortly after that, more people started adding female singers to their rap songs, but it wasn't in the same manner.
Man, now that we're talking music, that was perfect because I wanted to segue into music anyway. Would love to know your thoughts on this, Lonzo. The Grammys recently announced that they are accepting AI artists now. Before we break that down, what are your general thoughts on that?
I'm gonna sign up. I'm gonna sign up. No, I you know what, man? I've been having this debate. I've been really studying this AI thing a lot. I fuck with AI. I fuck with it. I've done some music. Well, you heard some of the music. The opening track we just played is an AI song. And because I'm a record producer and I have a lot of ideas, I have a whole notebook of songs that I would love to produce, but I'm not a producer. I'm not a beat maker. I'm a lyricist and I'm an idea man. And the innovation of AI gives people like me an opportunity to take some of my ideas and make it happen. And I think that's just another blessing of technology. I mean, when you sit back and you realize, now see, people gonna talk that shit. Oh man, that's not real. Wait. You ain't heard a real drummer in decades, man. You've been playing drum machines for the longest. You ain't heard a real horn section in God knows how long. Your keyboards and damn various keyboards sound real good when it comes to horns. So just because somebody is not pushing the keys to emulate a horn section, don't make it any less music. And then you got a lot of bullshit people actually pushing buttons on. That's bullshit. So you got a lot of cats pushing buttons on bullshit. So
maybe to give these real cats some competition now. You know what I mean? The cat,
I was talking to my boy Snake Puppy. He's a big AI producer as well. And I was explaining to him, we may have experienced a total cleansing of the music industry. What I mean by that is, check this out. In the 80s and 90s, you had Prince, Michael, Rick, R. Kelly, Whitney Houston. You had a lot of bad folks that made a lot of good music. All those people have been silenced. The Tupac's is gone, the Biggie's is gone. Dre got so much money, he ain't doing nothing. All the super music producers have been silenced. You ain't heard a song from Pharrell, God knows how long. You ain't heard nothing from Robin Thicke. They made that one song with Robin Thicke. They ain't heard Robin Thicke being quiet ever since they sued his ass for that Marvin Gaye situation. All of a sudden, then, even Dirty South been quiet. Lil Jon ain't said yeah, and God knows how long. And now, then you get an influx of straight bullshit. Straight bullshit. Bullshit so bad, for the first time, 10 years, no rap records are on the charts. No rap records on the charts. So now it seems to me that there may be
I think it's 30 years. I think it's 30 years.
Might be more.
Yeah, I think it's 30. 19, right. Yeah.
So now, in my mind, I think I see a purging of artists that's making the way for AI artists. Because again, it's real hard for a musician to go into the studio, pay union rates for guitar players and drummers and big money for studios to get pennies on the stream. The return for investment is not there. What they call that, the ROI is not there. So when you sit up now and you got somebody who can go and make music, good sounding music with chords and keyboards and remixes and the whole 9 yards, you can make it now for pennies on the dollar and get something sound decent. They're giving people art, they're giving AI artists deals now, which means that's going to inspire more people to be AI artists. So you're going to get the music, you may get a better grade of music. Ownership of it is still up in the air, but you still have action in getting something that people can listen to. And because it's not a lot of money involved in the production, people won't mind making it because whatever I get back, it's a plus. I know it sounds crazy as hell, but think about it. Whatever you get back, if I mess around here in my studio and make an AI hit, it's going to cost me $3, if that much. Okay? And if I get whatever I get from it, it's going to be a plus. I probably won't go on tour. And, ain't a lot of folks doing tours that ain't doing all right. You got to be certain people getting tour dates. Certain people getting tour dates. We'll see. But anyway, man, I just think that it's a great opportunity for another level of creativity. Just like when they first came out with sampling. Oh man, that was, you took this and that, blah, blah, blah.
It's the end of music and yeah.
People bitched about that. They bitched about sampling because using somebody else's music. Yeah, but a lot of good shit was made with somebody else's shit at the bottom of it. All right? A lot of stuff was made. And if you're a great producer, you can probably, if you come up with something on AI that's really dope, just reproduce it. It can make you a great demo. Because a lot of your demos be whack as hell. You need a good idea to make a song work. Anyway, folks, don't get me started. I think it's great.
Hey, someone had a great question in the chat. Flying Guillotine 22, Lonzo, wants to know, has record company ethics changed?
Yeah, they changed. The dick got bigger. That's all. The bigger dick. Yeah, the Shishka dick. That's
less Vaseline.
The Shishka dick, I call it a Shishka dick. Okay, the Shishka dick that goes through you and the artist and the publisher just got bigger. That's all. Yeah, that's my word. Don't take my word.
Same shit, bigger dick. Same shit, bigger dick. Basically.
Same shit, bigger dick. Okay. What ethics, man? The record company don't know ethics.
Oh, talk about that, dog. I was like, ethics. When he's out there, I was like, ethics? You talking about record executives? There ain't no ethics in there.
Ethics.
Whatever makes money is ethical.
I'm watching the Puffy video, Puffy documentary. I'm on chapter 3 right now, right before the podcast started. And see how people get manipulated with the taste of nuts and honey, possibility of being somebody who they wanted to be, but willing to do anything to try and get there. Where are the ethics at in that? And then never get there. I will make you a star, but I'm gonna make like they told my boy Chuck Berry in Cadillac Records. I'm gonna make you famous. I'm gonna make you rich. Chuck Berry changing the seats. Wait a minute. How can we gonna change the seats? No, man. What ethics? Anytime you only getting paid 10% of 90% of the sales of something that you created, you create the song, write the song. I'm gonna pull a print, produce the song, write the song, but they own it. It's their product, but they're going to loan you money to produce a product for their company. You're going to get famous on tour, but they're going to promote your album, promote your tour. You're going to do tours. They're going to promote your tour to help sell their product. But then when the product sells, all the money that is spent to support your tour or promote the product comes out of your royalty rate, which is already fucked in the first place.
Yep.
Okay? You already screwed in the first place. So wait a minute. What other company you know that a designer makes something for a company and the company don't cover the promotion of it? Think about that, man. The benefit goes to the record company, but all the responsibility of making it, all the financial responsibility of making it comes out of your end. Promotion of it comes out of your end. But it's my product, but it's their company. They own the masters. They own you. But they're going to charge you for promoting their product. How does that supposed to work? And it's been going on so long, nobody even questioned it. They called it, that's just the record business. So what the F is that? And that's why they came up with the 360 deal, because the 360 deal gave them a piece of everything. Because what will happen is, if we do promote your album and you do a great tour, you can do that for the next 20 years on that same album, like Frankie Beverly and Maze did. Frankie Beverly Maze, they had a new album, and God knows how long. They toured. It never stopped touring. That's why the man's voice blew out. They never stopped touring, because the albums they did make, the songs they did make, were timeless, and people loved them. So they found a way nowadays to tie it to everything that you do. Because artists were going out getting energy drink deals. They were going to get jean deals. They were going to get car deals, endorsements. So they give you a bigger check. So everything that you do becomes recoupable. And that's where the Shishka dick comes in there.
I'm going to start using that. Baby, I got Shishka dick for you tonight. All right, let's we got about 8 more minutes. I want to wrap it up with the Stockton situation and drill rap specifically, since we're on the topic. We've discussed this before, but let's talk about it again. Has gangster rap, drill rap, now that it's called Has It Done More Good or More Harm to Our Community?
More harm. More harm because
Break it down.
it gave us an illusion of success that was covered in bullshit. The Pied Piper, the old kids fairy tale about the Pied Piper. That's why I describe sometimes some of this music. It's Pied Pipers to the penitentiary. You tell me, oh, it's cool to kill, it's cool to sell dope, it's cool to kill. All these people, let me say this. So many guys that I know personally, that I've worked with, said shit in the studio and then had to go out in the streets to try to live that shit so they can be credible on their records. They never did what they said. They wrote about some shit. I did this, I did that. And then everybody knew you didn't do it. Then you go do some shit similar to that. That's what I was talking about in the studio. Now, that becomes the new rite of passage to be a successful gangster rapper, is to do some shit so you can rap about it. Well, a lot of cats didn't have the skills to even do the crime and get away with it, so they ended up being prisoners. A lot of, you know how many records get uploaded a day? 100,000 get uploaded a day, man. A lot of that shit will never be heard of again. But again, a lot of your artists are so naive, they feel that it's a certain road to success. They look at gangster rappers as setting the blueprint for success. Now females are looking at strippers as being a blueprint to success. So they aspire to do some of the things they said that they did, so that they can hopefully do this. I worked on, I did this. And a lot of times, instead of you getting successful, getting out of the game, you get stuck on the treadmill, and you never get out of the game, whether it be drugs, stripping, whatever the case may be. So yeah, man, I think it did a lot of harm. It gave a lot. It did a lot of harm. It gave a lot of misled people the illusion of success. Why? How can you be successful when everybody looking to kick your ass? How successful is that? How successful? You can't go on tour without a whole bunch of folks. Come on, man. Listen to what we are talking about today. 2 rappers that made records that got 14 people shot and 4 people killed. When in the fuck did that become the standard for the rap industry? When did that become the standard for the rap industry? Shooting babies? Nah, man, y'all on some bullshit. That don't happen no place else but in hip hop, man. Well, I'm sorry, in gangster rap or trap rap. That shit don't happen no place else does it happen like that, man. No place else, no other music form has the body count that hip hop has, or gangster rap has, or trap has. I ain't gonna put it on hip hop. I'm gonna put it on trap and gangster rap. They don't have a body count. R&B people, they die from cancer and fucking alcoholism. Okay, they don't die from bullet wounds, from lead poisoning. Country and Western artists die from old age. Huh? Hey, 90 years old, so finally died. Damn. It's a whole different, and then it was really sad, man. The people are dying before they even 30 years old. 25 in Tupac and Biggie's case, man. 25. I'm watching the Puffy documentary. When it came out today, I was one of the first things I jumped on this morning before I started my workout. I started it, I finished, I'm on the 3rd chapter right now. And all these folks, I think Suge might have been the oldest one. He was in his early 30s. There was nobody yanking nobody's chain. I ain't see nobody in this thing, man, grown. I mean, everybody was grown, but I ain't see nobody in this circle that was mature. And people ask me, why did you get involved? Man, fuck that. Money don't excite me that well. It wasn't worth the hassle. You know what? You asked me a question, but look at how many people played the game, how many people lost. how many played the game. Look at how many lost. You got a handful of winners, man. A handful of winners. And the winners, we know the winners were not really with that shit. Come on. Talk to me. Everybody knows that the people that claim to be the gangsters, they either not here or they're not free, one of the two. The ones that were exposed for not being gangsters either got paid or, all right, I'm cool with him. He's a good gangster imitator. I'll rock with him anyway. I know he ain't a gangster, but he's good at what he does. And nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, the real gangsters, because they didn't have the wherewithal not to go in certain areas. The other gangsters were smart enough. You know what? I'm not fucking with that. You're not going to see everybody every place because they know certain things could happen. Those who are trying to prove themselves, I can go where I want to. Yeah, you can, but you might get your ass, as my daddy would say, get your hat brought to you. So yeah, Doc, excuse me. It's definitely had its non-beneficial times when it comes to the community. I talked to Yella about that. He said the same thing, man. He realized at some point in time, but you know what? We may have messed up a little bit. And nobody tried to stop them. They did, but they realized they were onto something different, and they gave them an alternative, came up with an alternative benefit for other people. And once that happens, we're not going to shut you down. Same thing with this right here. Nobody going to shut this down because there's too much money being made. And when you got free drug commercials, Molly Percocet, come on, man. You got free drug commercials. You can't even advertise this shit on television. You can advertise it on the record. Come on. Come on. You can't buy a drug commercial, but you can get it in a song. Just as popular, probably even more popular because you're getting free marketing. Let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. And people understand. Huh? Mm-hmm. Every artist that ever had a liquor deal got a fat ass check for it. But they didn't realize there was money in it until Run DMC started talking about my Adidas. They had to go back and get them a check. They just did it for the love of the game. They realized they was on to something.
Yep.
Huh?
So much game, man. Spin that game, bro.
And all of a sudden, everybody with a microphone in his hand became a marketer. Courvoisier, Hennessy, Ciroc, everybody wanted somebody attached to they beverage, whether it was an alcoholic beverage or whether it was an energy drink, Pepsi, everybody. And for a long time, they did have moral clauses in the contract because Nelly, y'all remember Nelly? Nelly took a credit card in one of his videos.
Thank you, Marlon Cozy.
And swiped it to a girl's ass and lost the deal the next day. Remember that?
Mm-hmm, of course. That was huge.
Yeah. Nelly took that credit card, swiped it to that girl's ass. Oh, time out. Get out of here. We can't do that. Can't do that. Nowadays, Sexy Red got her own period red lipstick. Shit done changed.
Gonorrhea green or whatever shit green. She was pulling. God damn. Good looking out.
You haven't heard about, she's been awful quiet lately.
Yeah. I think she's going to be one of the ones to go up with this AI when AI takes over. But hey, Lonzo, I got to wrap it up because I'm going to be live on my show here very, very shortly.
All right. Y'all check out Dusty, folks.
Thank you. Thank you. Join me on my channel, 7 p.m. Well, about 7:02, The Dark Side of the movie Boys in the Hood. It's a really, really interesting story, and I think I did some pretty good narration, so I hope you enjoy it. Join me there right now. Lonzo, hit him with that outro, man.
Welcome to N.W.A story with Lonzo, the godfather of the West Coast. Now you know, with Dusty Vision on the side, we ride, taking you back to where legends came alive. From ruthless roots to the studio scene, classic tales that the world's never seen. Every Tuesday night we spark the heat. From 6 to 7, history on repeat. So sit back, tap in, and enjoy the vibe. If you love hip hop, like and subscribe.